So say whatever the command you learned till now in the Linux, right? If you want to automate this all process, okay, for that purpose we require the bash script. Like take an example, this is having your Linux machine. Let me just type the sudo yum update command because they are asking. You are able to read all these things, right? Whatever the screen it is showing here, like command, you'll be able to read it here, all of it. Like, are you able to read these all commands, whatever the output is coming?
Yes, yes, yes.
Oh. So till now, like take an example, if somebody is saying you that can you run the date command? Can you run the cal command? Can you run the pwd command? Can you run the ls command, right? So you are writing that command and you are running it, right? If I'm going to say you that you have to run all these four commands after every 1 hour, okay? Then are you going to do like this that you will come after every 1 hour and you will run the command date, you'll run the command cal, pwd, and ls like this, right? So you are not going to do so, right? Again, if I'm saying you whatever the output is coming, please store that all in a single file and please share that file on every hourly basis on my email. Something like that I'm saying. So in that case, what you will be doing is, take an example, you are creating a file like with the name report.txt. Okay. So you'll be writing like this, date command output will be stored in this report.txt file. Then cal command output will be stored in this report.txt file. So the file is created. Okay, created. Similarly, pwd command output in the report.txt file and ls command output in the report.txt file. Like this way, you run all this. Now, once that file is ready, so you will be able to see the content of the file is something like this. And this file you have to share me on the email every hourly basis, something like this, right? So it will be really difficult for you to run all these commands. Currently, there are 4 and 5 commands only, right? But there can be 100 commands, 500 commands that you have to run in the Linux machine and you have to store the output somewhere. Or you have to automate some process that I want to run this particular command every 5 hour basis or every week in the Monday time I want to run that, something like that way. There can be different cases, scenarios. Okay. So in that case, what you can do is you can write a script file. Okay. So before writing the script file, let me remove all the file, whatever we created here. Everything got deleted. This is the clear S3. Okay. Now we want to write a script file, something like this. So there is a bash scripting. Bash is just a sale example. Okay. If we are going to print it here, echo can you print the variable value called cell? So they are saying bash because whatever the terminal you are seeing currently, now this is coming from bash cell. And inside this terminal, I am going to write any script or something. That's why it will be known as the bash script. Okay. So this is the one thing you have to understand. Now, once you understand up to here that what is the bash scripting, why we do this. Okay. So to create any script file, you have to create a file with the extension .sh. Okay, your file name should be ending with the .sh extension. And how you are going to read this document. So in this document, it will try to see this the second box. Like see, this is the first command. Okay, to print hello world, something like this. The first command you have to write is hello world.sh. This is going to open a file, right? Where you can write the code. So what are the things you want to write inside the hello world.sh? That you will be writing this. Okay. Then you will be try to see whether that file is saved or not. To run this file, you will try to hit this command. This will not going to work. Then you have to give the permission because without giving the execute permission, we cannot run the script, right? And then you will try to run the script. It will work. So this hello world.sh, this is a someone's mic is open. This hello world.sh is basically the command you are going inside this file. Someone's mic is open. Can you? Okay, and you have to write inside this. Okay, so this is the thing. This is the content inside the file that you have to write. So now, once you know that how to read this, similarly, all the script I written like that way only. Like this is the cal.sh file. Inside this, you are going to write this. Okay, like this is a command file content that you have to write it inside the variable.sh. Like this way, you will be keep writing. So just remember that how to write this. Now, once we know this, then we have to create a file with the name hello world.sh. Okay, I am creating a file with the name hello world. So our file name should be .sh, then only it will be treated as a scripting file. Press I for insert. Okay. Inside this, the first line you have to write is X for exclamation mark slash bin slash dash. That we are saying that we are going to write the bash shell scripting. Okay, that's why this is the first line we have to write. And this line is known as the cbank command. This is necessary. If you don't write this, then Linux is not going to treat it as a script file. Okay, this line is the must. Whatever the scripting you are writing, in a starting, you have to write this line. This is the cbank command. Exactly same like this. Has exclamation mark slash bin slash file. This is the cbank command that you have to write it in every file. Once you've done this, then inside this you can run any command, whatever the command you want to run. Like take an example, I want to run the command called echo hello. What it will print? It will print hello only. If I want to run the date command, I will write it here. If I want to run the cal command, I will write it here. If I want to run the pwd command, I will write it here. Okay. If I want to create some file also, that also I can write the command like touch file one. It will create a file with the name file one, something like that. Okay. Or we can say that what you have to do is whenever I will run this thing, okay, that what you have to do is you have to store date output, okay, in the date.txt file. That also I can do like this. Once you written all this command, now let's simply save this file. Now if I'll try to do ls, a file got created, hello world.sh. But can I run this file? That is my question. To run this file, I given you, I said you yesterday, right? Which permission we have to add? Anybody? To execute any file or to run any file, which permission we should get? Read was to reading the file, right? Write was to write the file.
Execute.
Yeah, execute permission. So X permission. So now if
Yeah.
the question is to whom you want to give the X permission, who can run this script? So it's totally your call. Do you want that only EC2 user can run this? Do you want that root user can run it? Okay. Or do you want that everybody can run it? If you want that everybody can run it, either the root user, either the normal user, either the group user, either the others user, then you can use this command chmod. For user also, I want to give the X permission. So RWX, it will be 7.
7.
RWX,
Yes.
here also, if I want to give, then it will be
7.
also 7. And here also R plus X, it will be 5, right? 775. Getting this?
Yes.
Now, once I will simply give hello world.sh. As soon as I'm going to hit this command, you will see that this will become in the green color. Once it will become in the green color, that means now this file is executable. Anybody can run this. To run this file, you have to simply write the command dot slash hello world.sh. Okay, dot slash and then the file name. Press enter, and whatever the command I written inside this script file, everything is going to run in a single way. Okay, and before running this, let me show you one more thing. Clear it all. Currently only one file is present, hello world.sh, right? But as soon as I'm going to run this script dot slash hello world.sh, it is going to create one more extra file, that is date.txt. So see, they printed the output. Echo hello, hello is printed, date command output, cal command output, pwd command output, and there is one more command I written that was to store the date command output in the date.txt file. So see, they created a date.txt file. And inside this, if I try to read it, so see the content is also there. That means by just writing a single script, right? We are able to run all these commands in a single row. Now take an example, if somebody want to write this, is saying me that you have to run that script again. So what I will do, I will just come here and I will run this script again. Again, the latest output came, and if I try to read the output of the date.txt, 2 output will be there, like this. Okay. At what point you are not able to understand the names? Can you tell me? Do you have problem in this one? This file?
Yeah, this one only. I mean, before this, what you written in the command here, Linux window.
This is all
Before
commands?
that, how you created this? Yeah, before previous command. No, that previous. How you come this window?
Okay. Okay, which one?
Yeah, VI world dot slash from here, below that.
This one,
Below last comment. Yeah,
this one.
good one from that. Yeah, from that you can teach them nothing.
This is the command basically to edit the file, right? VI
Yeah,
editor.
yeah,
VI is our editor, no? We were writing inside the file anything we want to write any content or something, then we have to use the VI editor. Like VI editor, you are going inside this. And these all are the Linux commands we already know, right? I shown you what is the echo command can do, what is the date command can do, what is the cal command that can do, right? So all the commands
yeah.
that I written here, that's all, nothing else. Okay.
Okay.
This date command is basically they will print the output and they will store it in the date.txt file. That is the meaning of the last. Okay. So basically, whatever the Linux command you know, okay, till now, every command you can write it here in each line. Okay, and they are going to run all the command one. That is the only thing. So
Yeah.
since I
Little
written
bit.
here,
Yeah.
yeah, so
I
since I
feel little
written
bit
here,
fast. That's why.
come again.
I feel little bit fast. That's why.
Okay, no sure. But see, this is all the 5 command we are talking about. So as soon as if somebody is writing this script, right? Like you are running this script with the name dot slash hello dot sh. So the first command output, second command output, third command output, fourth command output, and the fifth command output was to store the content in the date.txt file. So previously only 2 line was there, now the 3 line is. Okay, so everything they are doing it. So this is the way only you are doing. Okay, this was about the hello world.sh file.
Okay.
So let me just delete this file date.txt from here. From there. So this is the simple command, like whatever the command you want to run, that you can simply keep it in the file and you can run it. Now, do you know about the concept of variable? Anybody here know what is variable? No? Search for Python online compiler. Okay, I will give you a little bit idea about the Python also. So just search for Python online compiler. Okay, and go to this website. Here we'll be trying to run some Python. Okay, so we are trying to understand the concept of the variable. Okay, so variable, as the name suggests, like in which we are going to store the values. Okay, like in normal days, we store the value x is equal to 5, right? Y is equal to 4. And if somebody is going to ask me that what is the x plus y, then I will say 9, right? But from where we are taking this value? Because x value was assigned as 5, y value was 4. That's why x plus y is always going to be the 9. Like taking example here, I'm writing x is equal to 5, y is equal to 4. Okay, and if somebody is saying me that can you print x plus y, something like this. Okay, and if I'm going to run this, what the output it is coming like? Is this simple? Python, whatever this line printed here, is this clear? We assign two variable x plus y, and simply I'm saying to the Python that you have to print what will be the sum of x plus y. If somebody want to do the subtract, they will do print x minus y. We'll see 5 minus 4, that will be the one answer. Okay, so like this way you can do it. So this is the variable concept. Similarly, you can write the variable like this also, like first name, station, last name. Take an example, and now I'm writing print. Now, can you tell me what this line will print? What do you think? If I'm going to run this, what it will print? Anybody?
First name.
Will it print as it is first name only or the
Yes.
value?
Yes. It is first name.
As it is first name.
First name.
But if I want that it should not print the first name, it should print the value, right? So we have to write without the double quote. Now that
Yes.
it will be treated as a variable. So
Mm.
now they will print the Kishan here. Okay. Similarly, if I'm saying that you have to print the first name, something like this. First name. To make it more sense, I'm just writing like this. Okay, something like this. If I try to run it, but they're saying first name is this one, last name is this one. Okay. So this first name, whatever you are writing between the double quote, they will print as it is, and this first name outside this, they are treating it as a variable. Whatever the value is stored here, that they are printing it. Similarly for last name also. Okay. So this is the concept of the variables. Exactly same thing. Okay. We can achieve it in the bash scripting also. What you have to do is you have to create a file with the name variable.sh. Okay. Okay, this is a variable.sh, just a file I am creating with this name. You can create the file with any name. Okay. The first line we have to always write is the cbank comment that I already said. So /bin/bash. Now I want to assign some variable, right? So again, the same thing. First name, I'm writing it here as a Kisan. Okay, exactly same thing. Like whatever the code I written in the Python, exactly same. I will try to write it here. Okay. Last name. Now tell me if I'm going to write the command here, echo my first name is first name, and I'm writing echo. Echo is the command which print as it is, right? If I'll print echo hello, they will print hello only. If I'll print echo hello world, they will print hello world only, right? So similarly here I'm writing echo my last name is last name. Now tell me if I'm going to run this script, what will be the output?
My first name is first name. My last name is last name.
Yeah, it is going to print as it is. It is not going to take the value from the variable, right? Because we did not mention anything. We just keep it inside the dual quote. So if I'll come out, first thing we have to give the permission always, because currently this file will be not able to run. So either you can give the 775, 755, whatever the permission you want to give it. Make it executable at only, and then just write the /variable.sh. Once you are running this command, what this command will say, they are printing two things. My first name is first name, my last name is last name. But my goal is not to print like this. My goal is it should print my first name is Kisan, my last name is Roy. In that case, what we have to do is we have to go inside the variable.file again. Okay. And you written here first name, right? You know that this is a variable, but Linux does not know that this is a variable. So you have to make understand your Linux that this is a variable. So Linux say, if you add dollar symbol before the name, okay, then I will treat that this is a variable. In Python, they say, if you will keep it outside the dual quote, I will understand that this is a variable. Linux say, if you will keep a starting letter, start with the dollar, then I will understand that this is a variable. As soon as I written the dollar symbol, now what will happen is they will print my first name is, and when they will try to print this first name, they will see the dollar symbol here. They will treat it as a variable, and the value of the variable is Kisan, so they will print my first name is Kisan, like that. So simply save this file after adding the dollar symbol and simply run this. And, what happened? Why it is not printing? Okay, so see, there is one mistake. Can anybody tell me what is the mistake by saying this? They're saying any difference in this name
First name.
here? Yeah, a spelling mistake was there, so that's why they were not able to read that. Okay, so simply save this file now. Again, run this. Yeah, now they are printing well and good. My first name is Kishan, my last name is Roy. So this is the concept of the variable, how it looks like. Okay, but now the concern is okay. But now the concern, all the person who know the Java language, you said that you work on the Java, right? So in the Java, you know that how to take the input from the user.
Yeah.
Like
Mm.
I want to take some input and that I want to store it in this variable. Okay, I want to take some input that I want to store in this variable, right? Because every time this name cannot be fixed, right? I'm not going inside this file every time to edit. Okay, like I want to print my first name is employee one, my first name is employee two, something like this way. So in that case, I'm not going to keep coming here and keep changing this value. Okay. So they say if you don't want to do this, okay, so what you can do is you can assign symbol called $1. And for this ROI, you can assign the value as $2. What is the meaning of this? They are saying if you are going to write the first word as input, that will be treated as a first name. Whatever the output you are going input you are going to give, the second word that will be treated as a last name. So it will be clear once I will run the command. So let me just save this. Currently, if I try to run this variable.sh, it is not going to print anything because there is no input we assigned, right? But if you are running this script and with the input called Mr. John, Mr. will be treated as $1, John will be treated as a $2. $1 will be stored in the first name, $2 will be stored in the last name. So if I'm printing like this, now they are printing my first name is Mr., my last name is John. If somebody want to print with some different name, so they are printing my first name is Suraj, my last name is Kumar. See how fast they are doing it. Now, if somebody is saying me that you have to print something about this file, variable.sh, username is something like, so they are printing. My first name is Jack, my last name is this. Like this way, they are keep printing there. So now you are saying how to take the input, or any confusion is there. See, whatever the word you are writing after variable.sh, you given one space, you retain one word, right? This word will be taken as a $1. This second word will be taken as a $1. Getting this? You can write only one word also. That will also not create any problem. If I'll write only Jack, so they will print my first name is Jack because you did not specify anything in the $2. So this last name will be empty. So is this making sense to all of you?
Can we take first name is a space and second name is Jack, means it will print the space, right?
So you are saying a space,
Yeah,
okay,
space.
and then one more space and like this, right?
Mm.
But still they will take it like this way.
Okay.
Okay, because this stay is this first word once it will be completed now, then only the second step they are going to like,
Mm.
okay, they are not going to take the space as input.
Okay.
So that is one. Okay, so this is the thing for this first name and last name. Similarly, like this way, you can do the calculation, everything else too. Okay, like you can add some variable, you can calculate something. Now let me show you one more interesting thing. Just things. Okay. So you know that there is a command called date plus percentage capital A. What this command print? This command always print what is the current day. Getting this? Date plus percentage A command will print what is the current day. Today is Thursday, so they will print Thursday. Again, I will run tomorrow this command. What they will print? They will print the Friday. They will print Saturday. Like this way, they will be keep printing. Okay. So this output is going to change every day. So if I'm going to store, create inside the variable file itself, okay. And here I'm creating one more variable. The second variable, I'm creating a name with the name D. D is a variable, okay. Inside this, I don't want to store like this way, Thursday, Friday, like that way, okay. Because in this way, if I'm going to store like this way, Friday, something like this, and I'm giving a dual quote, so it will be valid for tomorrow itself, right? But again, day after tomorrow, I will try to run this command. This will be not valid because that day, Friday will be not the day. Again, I have to come here. I have to replace this with the Saturday. So this does not make sense here. So in that case, what I can do is I can say that there is a variable called day. In this, what I want to store is dollar symbol. There is a command called date plus percentage capital A. If you are going to run this command, so they will print some output. Like for today, they will print the Thursday as output. So that Thursday as output, you have to store it in this variable. Okay. And from now on, if somebody is going to ask you that echo, you have to print today, day is dollar day. Dollar day, why? Because this day is a variable, right? So if I want to call this variable, so I have to write here dollar day. Okay. So what it should print? Today day is Thursday. Is this making sense? Whatever the line I written, this one and this one.
Yes.
This, Okay, this is just running the command and they will store it in this variable. Now let's run this, not this variable dot as such. Yeah, we can run it actually, right? Like if I'm giving the name like Kishan Boy or something like this. So they're printing my first name is this one, my last name is this one, and today day is Thursday. Well, and again tomorrow they will run the command. They will say today day is Friday, today day is Saturday, today day is Sunday. Like this way it will be keep going. We don't have to do the changes. Now it's the work of this script on. So like this way for different use cases, we can run the script. Okay. So this was the example of the variable dot sh. Now there is one more concept that I want to take it. That is the if condition. Okay. So do you know about the if condition? Anybody here? What if condition can do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if can you tell anything about the if condition?
If for suppose if we have to check any null condition or anything, right? We have to check the condition. If it is true means we have to go inside. Otherwise, it is going to else condition.
Yeah. So if is basically helping us to do the checking the conditional statement. Okay. So take an example. If there is a variable called x and its value is 5. Okay. And there is a variable called y and its value is 10. Now, if I want to check that if x is greater than y, okay, if x is greater than y, then what you have to do is you have to print x is greater than y. Like this way we have to do. Okay. So now tell me if I'm going to run this, what it is going to print by seeing this. There is a
No,
two.
I mean no. X is not greater than y, right?
So
Less than
what
y.
it will print here in this? Will it print anything or it
No,
will be blank?
blank only.
Yeah, it will be blank. If I'm going to run this, nothing they are printing. Because they are saying you asked me to check the condition x is greater than y. And I checked 5 is not greater than 10, right? So that's why I'm not going to do your work. I will do this work only when this condition is satisfied. As soon as this 5 becomes 50, so now the condition is satisfied. 50 is greater than 10, right? So in that case, I will print yes, x is greater than y. And I will run this, they are printing x is greater than y. So this is about the conditional statement where we are checking the conditions. Okay, you can check the greater than symbol, you can check the smaller than, equal to. Okay, like this way we can check these conditions everything. And for that condition, we can mention any work like if there is a file created with the name file.txt, then what you have to do is you have to edit that file. Like this way, there are so many different conditions we can do it. So similarly, if you write this type of the condition, okay, in case of your scripting, so what you have to do is first you have to create a file. I'm creating a file with the name if condition.sh. Press I for insert. The first line you have to always write is the C1 comment. Now to compare, like x is equal to 50, y is equal to 10. Okay, I want to compare. So how to write the compare statement here? You have to write like this, if and like this. So let me show you. If space bracket, I cannot write x here directly, right? Because this x will be not treated as a variable. If I want to make sure that this x will be treated as a variable, we have to add the dollar symbol. Is this making sense? That we have to write the $x, not only x.
Yeah.
Then hyphen LT. We cannot give the symbol here. We can give the simple thing. LT for less than, GT for greater than, EQ for equal to, like this. If I'm saying that if x is less than, okay, but that is not the true statement because x will be always be greater than. So we should write the GT here, but let's check for first LT. If x is less than $y, okay, then a space with the bracket close, then what you have to do is if x is less than y, okay, then what you have to do, you will tell me that what I have to do. I'm saying that you have to print echo dollar x is lesser than dollar y. So these things you have to print. And once this you're going to do the print, I don't want to do any extra tasks here. I can run some other command also. And then if I don't want to write any extra command, I will simply write F5. F5 means our if condition is getting stopped. So if I'm going to run this script, currently you know that it is not going to print anything because this condition is not getting satisfied. Is this making sense? Currently,
Yes.
this
Yeah.
condition is not getting satisfied, so it will not print anything. So even if I give the permission chmod 755 to the if condition dot sh dot slash if condition, so they are not printing anything because condition is not getting satisfied. But as soon as I am going to edit this file again, and I am writing one more if condition. This time I am writing if space dollar x is greater than dollar y, then what you have to do is echo, you have to print dollar x is greater than dollar y and si. Now I written both the condition. Even if it will be less than, if it will be greater than, you have to compare it and you have to print it. So currently, which condition is going to satisfy it? First one or second one?
Second one.
Second one. So it should print 50 is greater than 10. So let's save this file, try to run it again. So yes, it is printing 50 is greater than 10. That means condition is working perfectly. But again, like whatever we are doing here, we already assigned the value here, right? But that doesn't make sense because we have to compare dynamic value, right? So in that case, rather than writing the 10 here, I will give it as a $2, and this one I will give it as a $1. Is this making sense? So I can input it directly from that screen. Okay. Now, as soon as I'm saving this, and from now on, what I will do is to compare any number. If somebody is saying, can you compare this two number, 256 and 372? I will write it here. They will quickly compare and they will say that 256 is lesser than 372. Somebody will ask me that, can you compare the number 250 with the 145? They will say 250 is greater than 145. So whatever the two number I am going to give, okay, so they will going to satisfy the condition. But what will happen if I'm going to give 250 to 250? They are not printing it because condition is not getting satisfied, right? These two number are not lesser than also, not greater than also. Is this making sense?
Yeah.
So in that case, yeah, someone saying something.
No, I think yes.
Now, similarly, if somebody want to see this condition also, so again, go inside this, write one more condition. And you have to simply mention if $x is equal to, for equal to $y, then what you have to do is equal $x is equal to $y, like this one, and close this F5. Now save this. Now if somebody will try to run this condition 250 also, that also they are going to say 250 is equal to 50. Okay, so now all the three conditions I can satisfy using the API. Similarly, you can Python also, you can do the exactly same way. If x is greater than y, well and good. If it is not there, then you can write something like this. Else, we can say print x is less than y. So if you run it, currently it will print x is greater than y. But if I am going to increase this value, now they will say x is less than y. Like this way also you can do. Similarly, you can add one more condition for equal to also, okay, using the statement called elif. So Python is a little bit different. Okay, we have to write elif if x is equal to y, okay, then what you have to do is you have to print x is equal to. So basically we return all the three conditions here also. Now if somebody is going to make this number equal, if I'll run it, so they are going to say x is equal to y. So first they will check whether X is greater than Y. So no, this is not the true state. Then they will check, is X equal to Y? So yes, that is the true state. But if both the condition is not getting satisfied, like this Y is becoming more greater, okay, like this way. So in that case, automatically they will check that if X is not greater than Y, or if X is not equal to Y, then definitely there is only one condition is remaining, right? That X is always going to be less than Y. That's why this is the else condition. Like that way also you can create the logic. So this is logic is basically again when you start to learn the programming everything. So this type of the logic will come in your mind automatically. That if this, see, there can be three things happen with the two numbers, right? Either the first number will be greater than the second number, either the first number will be smaller than the second number, or either both the number will be equal. Only three conditions can be possible, not more than that, between any two numbers, right? Once you know this logic, so you can write the code. So that is the only thing you have to understand here. So this was about the if condition, okay? And I shown you that how to add it. Then there are some more loop condition are there like for loop, while loop, all these things we are going to understand, okay? So to understand you what this for loop everything can do, okay? So anybody know anything about for loop?
Yeah,
For loop we use for which type of the scenario? You know?
I mean, we have to iterate the loop,
Yeah,
or suppose
like
we are,
so take an example. If I'm writing here for I is just a variable here, or you can say for number, okay, for number in range 0 to 10. Print. What do you think it will print?
0 to the numbers will print.
Yeah, so if I'm going to print it here, so they will print 0 to 9. Okay. 10 is going to be excluded. Okay. This is the thing. If you want to print up to 10, then you have to write it here 11. Okay. Then only they will print. Last number is going to be excluded. Okay. This is the set theory basically they are following. Okay. In the Python. So they are saying when I said that there is a variable with the number. Okay. Variable name is number. Now I'm saying whatever the value you want to assign to this number is, it will be start assigning with the number 0 and go up to 11. So 11 will be excluded. So they will be first assign the number is equal to 0. So that's why they printed 0. Then they will assign number is equal to 1. That's why they printed 1. Then number will be 2. It will be keep going until and unless number is equal to 10. Once the number will be equal to become 11, they are going to exit from this loop, and that's why 11 is not going to print. Until and unless this condition is getting satisfied, this will be keep printing. Okay, in the basically keep iterating the things. Okay, until the entire condition is not getting satisfied. So like this way you can keep doing. Like take an example, if somebody is saying you that you have to print your name 10 times, right? So you can simply say like this way. It will print your name 10 times, right? So like this, if they are saying you that you have to run some command 5 times, so you can write this logic and you can write your command here. They are going to keep running that command 5 times or 10 times, 15 times, whatever the command you want. Let's take an example. If hacker wants to hack your system, or if hacker wants to make your system corrupt, right? So what they will do? You saw any sci-fi movies in which multiple dialog boxes start to open. Have you seen this? Anywhere in movies or in web series or somewhere, that multiple dialog box on your screen will start to open. No? Take an example. Let me show you. If I created this type of the script, okay, and in which I written that you have to open the Google Chrome, okay. So if you see this task manager, the one time I'm opening the Google Chrome, it is taking how much resource? 300 MB around, right? If I'm going to open this Google Chrome 100 times, like I'm opening one more time Google Chrome, I'm opening Google Chrome one more time, keep opening like this. If we'll keep opening like this, so this RAM utilization is going to be keep increasing. Like see now it is 8.60. Okay. So if somebody is going to open this Google Chrome like this way, right? See, there are different dialogues there, right? Now there are 4 Google Chromes there. So they are taking the resources 4 times. if I'm going to open this Google Chrome 10,000 times or 15,000 times in your computer, so your resources is not going to be more that much enough, right? To handle that 15,000 Google Chrome running in your laptop. So what it will do, it will crash your entire laptop, right? Because you will be not able to click anything. And until and unless you are not able to click anything, you cannot shut down the system also, right? You have to do only one thing, that is the force shutdown. Okay. That is the only thing possibility will be open. And this is the way that how they can make your system fishy, that you will be not able to do anything. Okay, and if you try to close anything, so again they will trigger some more script that if somebody is closing any of the Google Chrome, run 100 more Google Chrome. Like if you click on close button, currently it is closing, but they will design this type of the script in such a way, okay, that if somebody is clicking on as soon as close button, again 100 more Google Chrome will open like this. So it will be keep closing and 100 more will be keep open. Okay, so this type of the things can happen with the help of this type of the simple loops. We use it for our normal purposes, but it can be used for this type of the purposes as well. Okay, I will show you there is a while loop. Okay, when I will teach you the while loop condition. So in the while loop, it will be keep opening for the infinite number of times. Okay, so it will be keep printing until and unless your laptop is not going to hang. Okay, and if I'm going to print that while loop infinite times in my this Linux machine, you'll see that entire Linux is going to be hang. I had to do only one option, then I have to shut down this machine. Then only it is going to work again. Okay, so these are also things I will show you in the next class. Okay, so that's all for today. Try to practice up to here. Okay, and from the for loop, we'll be seeing it tomorrow how to write it in this one. This 15 minutes.
Okay, thank you.